impossible to quantify, and so huge and immense. And I got the opportunity to be affected in a positive way by each and every one of them. So it's based on the contributions that was made to the LCA community or the world, ones that directly or indirectly reflected positively upon the Life Christian community. Faculty and staff and administrators don't have a time criterion. Just time and service should be a positive factor and not a disqualifier. We evaluate the candidates based on the impact that they've made at LCA rather than checking off, how many years they spent in service. So, as our first inductee, I would like to read a quick note about Becky Losey. Some of you may know her as G. Becky Losey, formerly Giddings, dedicated 24 years to the students of Life Christian Academy. Though hired initially as a middle school math teacher, she took over the high school program and the position of department chair in 2003 after Tony Sedgwick retired. I remember these events. Losey continued to facilitate the learning of high school mathematics with a year of physical science thrown in just for fun, and mentored multiple new math teachers throughout her tenure at LCA. Losey was more than a math teacher. She wanted more from her students than to perform for a test. She always talked about bigger ideas and life application. She would spend her free time helping the students succeed. That is what she wanted in the classroom. Her students to feel seen, heard, and valued for exactly who they are. As somebody who sat there after class finishing the homework that was due before class, I can attest to this. Losey also coached girls basketball for both middle school and high school. She was middle school ASB advisor, helped facilitate the student-led math club at LCA, and served on the Mathematics and Science Institute committee. Losey always tried to learn herself, knowing that modeling growth is beneficial to students. Losey taught us that we are capable and that through trials, we show what we're made of. We can all be mathematicians. She is a member of multiple professional organizations, including National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, the Washington State Math Council, and TOTOS, Equity, Excellence, and Social Justice for All in Mathematics. While at LCA, her calculus courses passed the AP audit. She recently earned her master's in sociology with educational equity as a major focal point. Always a teacher at heart, she spends time teaching dogs and their owners to effectively and efficiently move livestock in her free time. Her classroom was a place where students felt seen, heard, and valued for exactly who they were as they grew in their knowledge of mathematics. We are honored to induct Becky Losey into this year's Hall of Fame.
So Trevor told me that he wanted me to give a speech. Because I love speeches and I love to get up in front of everybody, and everybody knows that, right? So anyway, I do have a couple words that I just want to say, and I'm going to try to do it without. Sorry. Anyway, it's because of you. Because of you, I stayed here for 24 years. Because of you, I have a whole heck of a lot of laugh lines and some great hair. It's because of you I learned how to be the grown-up in the room, which I still don't really want to be the grown-up in the room, but I guess I gotta be. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for the honor. I want to thank you for letting me be your teacher, for laughing with me, crying with me, and mathing with me. I'm so proud of who you are and the positive impact you're making on the world. You will always be here.
Our next faculty inductee, Matt Foreman. Matt Foreman began his career at Life Christian as an English teacher for 10th and 11th grade and English department chairperson. But his contributions did not stop with the classroom. Matt, along with fellow teacher Matt Thompson, founded and built the track and field program at Life Christian. He coached the school's first ever state champion, Weston Henderson, in the 2001 state championship track and field shot put, and went on to coach several regional champions and state champion competitors in the sport. He founded and was the head coach of the Iron Eagle Weightlifting Club, where he coached multiple state champions and state medalists in weightlifting, including LCA Hall of Fame member Jeff Theorell. He also coached many LCA athletes to the national championship competition in weightlifting. Matt has been an Olympic weightlifter himself from 1995 to present, and I don't know if you've been in the Olympics until present, but that would be much more impressive. By acting as the strength and conditioning coach for LCA football, he spoke at many chapels and was the graduation commencement speaker for the class of 2000 and 2003. He also assisted with the drama club. While at Life Christian, he was featured in the Who's Who Among America's Teachers. He is also a renowned published author of 4 books and 200 plus articles with various magazines. Matt Foreman, we are so happy to induct you into the LCA Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Okay, right off the bat, I want to say how happy I am that I'm wearing a tie tonight, because most of the other guys here aren't. And when I worked here at Life Christian, I was consistently like one of the worst dressed teachers on campus. I think I hold probably a record for the most number of dress code violations by a staff member. I remember one year, like 2 or 3 of the girls in my English class made this chart for me, and they laminated it and told me to hang it in my closet of like which colors match and which ones don't. I remember Megan Calhoun was one of them, and you guys are probably in on it too. But so the fact that I'm like better dressed than a lot of the guys here, this is like pretty big thing. This is a landmark. I should get a Hall of Fame for this. It's really great to be back here. I was just telling Ross a few minutes ago. I left Washington in 2004 and moved to Arizona. And this is the first time I've been back on this campus. So it's been 17 years since I've been back in the CAC and seen this building again and everything like that. And seeing everybody else, it's crazy to think about, all those years. Becky working right down the hall from me, just I think 4 or 5 rows down, and Russ working. I don't remember, he wasn't in Russ, I don't think you were in the same hallway that I was. But, yeah, they put him down in the basement. And I gotta tell you, there was this one time when I was teaching here that the school got all the teachers together, and one weekend they made us do like this big kind of teaching enrichment seminar with this guy who they'd hired to be like this big educational specialist kind of dude. And we were all sitting in this big conference room listening to this guy talk about how to be a better teacher. And I'm looking over the table at Russ, and he's intently scribbling notes the whole time. And everybody else is just listening, and he's really going after whatever these notes are, and I'm thinking to myself, God, I feel bad, he's taking all these notes and I'm not doing anything. And then about an hour later, I look over and glance, and I look at the paper, and he just has this huge black question mark that he'd been drawing and coloring for 2 hours because none of us could figure out anything the guy was talking about. So I thought to myself, all right, I'm good. I'm good on that. All right. Yeah, it was. Listen, this was a great place to work. This is where I started my teaching career. 1997 this is my first full-time teaching job out of college. I was just talking to Tiffany and Jess over there a couple minutes ago, and they were they're working here now or involved with the school in some way now. And they're older than I was when I started working here and when I had them in class, So I was 24, they're 27, so just by a few years, that kind of thing, I definitely want to say just a couple of quick thank yous. One of the biggest ones I wanted to say is to, I guess, three people in particular, and that's Ross Jelseth, Dave Trocum, and Pastor Fulton Buntain. May he rest in peace. Those were the three men who hired me to come to this school, and gave me an opportunity to start my career here at Life Christian. And this wound up being one of the just 7 of the best years that I've had as an educator, and gave me the opportunity to learn and be a teacher, and also to work with so many great people and great families, and great kids and great parents. So it was a really special time to be here. And needless to say, I also want to say thank you to the Hall of Fame committee for inducting me, along with all the other great inductees. There are several people who are going in tonight who were students in my classroom during the years that we were here, who I haven't seen in a very, very long time. And so this is really nice to be here. It's great to be back. I hope this place continues to do the great work for many decades that it always has. This place leaves a mark on people, on your personality and who you are and your character. So it's a very huge honor, and I'm deeply grateful to be a part of the Hall of Fame here at Life Christian. So thank you.
Well, I don't know what more introduction that I need than what Matt Foreman just said for Russ Ratliff. It kind of said it all. But, if I may, Russ Ratliff dedicated 8 years to Life Christian, beginning in 1995 and then through 2003. He taught 6th grade for 2 years, but the majority of his time at Life Christian, he served as middle school and high school Bible teacher and campus chaplain. He also spoke at the 2002 graduation ceremony. One of his proudest accomplishments was developing a reading program with the Rotary Club, which sent juniors and seniors to mentor and read with at-risk kids from various local public schools. In addition to his academic and spiritual contributions, Russ was the first varsity baseball coach. He went above and beyond to invest in the players by bringing in Major League Scouts to watch players like Josh Davis and David Brenner. He even had Dave Myers, who managed the Rainiers, come to the school to conduct a hitting clinic. Russ made several connections with students, many of which he has continued to foster over the years. He was particularly adept at connecting with knuckleheads, and a story was told about how he received a wrench as a graduation gift from an outgoing senior, so that he would always have tools handy to work on the next knucklehead like me. We proudly welcome Russ Ratliff.
Wow. Thanks, Matt. I'm glad I could lower the bar for you, continue that trend, I actually was writing some really insightful comments inside the question mark. Why are we here? I came here, might have been 95, had the opportunity to come and do a pilot program that Rich Wilkerson had started. And I met Rich Wilkerson and Danny Thomas and Pastor Buntain, and I don't know why they liked me, but they did, and they said, hey, we need a Bible teacher and a baseball coach. We're going to start high school. And so Don Gustafson humored me and let me act like a coach, and we got it started. Guys like Tyler Soule, and I look at Facebook and I see, I just blanked on. See the kids like Pastor Wilkerson from other church. I can't believe I just blanked on his name, but I had played John Fulton. Yes, thank you, John Fulton. And I was such an adept coach that I came in one day and John Fulton, in between innings, was napping on the dugout bench. Do you recall that? It was pretty good. It was pretty insightful. I was like, wow, we got a club. Anyways. A little tidbit on the Dave Myers hitting camp that was unauthorized. It's easier to ask for forgiveness sometimes than permission. And so we had taken the multipurpose area downstairs and pushed everything away, and we had hitting nets and hitting socks and tees and soft toss machines and all kinds of things going on. And I had quite a list of coaches that were here. And Peter Spargo came in and was none too happy that I had this going on. And I don't know if Ross was on campus or if he was at home. But he made a beeline down to come find out what I was up to, because I was always probably stirring something up for Ross. So he came down and he was introduced to the manager of the Rainiers and introduced to the manager of the Everett Aqua Sox and introduced to the head scout of the Cincinnati Reds. And Ross thought this was a great idea. It is so good to have you guys here. And so it worked out, and yeah, it was pretty good. But I think Mrs. Oh, geez, I forgot her name. Science teacher in middle school. She had a black mark in her TV where a ball may or may not have reflected off the TV screen. But I was asked one year by Chris Madalena why I should be teaching here. And when I look at Becky and Matt, and I realized I'm nobody special. The only reason I should be here is because I love kids.
There you go.
I want kids to know Jesus.
There you go.
And I just tried to live that in front of them through whatever life brought. And I was blessed.
Oh, yeah.
Blessed. Thanks.
Moving on into the alumni category. The alumni are considered based on contributions made to the LCA community or in the world after leaving LCA. Contributions made directly or indirectly affect positively upon the LCA community, scholastic community, personal and professional accomplishments are important. Alumni shall become eligible for nomination 6 years after graduation from LCA. Our first alumni we would like to talk about is Katie Johnson. John Domenico, excuse me. A class of 2007 graduate, Katie Johnson, John Domenico, made the most of her time at Life Christian in the classroom, on the court, and in the lives of those around her. Academically, she was a 4-year honor roll member, has twice awarded the Headmaster's Award, and was the recipient of the Doris Robinson Memorial Scholarship. Athletically, she excelled on the volleyball court, where she earned 4 varsity letters, was a 3-time All-League selection, and a 2-time team captain. She capped her LCA volleyball career off with a senior year that included an all-state selection, Seattle Times Athlete of the Week recognition, captaining her team to a 4th place state finish, and graduating as LCA's all-time career assist leader. Away from the classroom and the court, Katie served others as a student mentor for 4 years and was elected homecoming queen her senior year. Following graduation, Katie attended Eastern Washington University, where she graduated with honors. She then accepted an executive administrative position with Merrill Lynch, where she continues to work today, supporting management operations over multiple states. Katie Johnson, we are ecstatic to induct you into the LCA Alumni Hall of Fame.
Hi everyone. Unlike the teachers, I am not used to getting up in front of people and talking, so my speech is a lot shorter. Thank you so much for this honor. Life Christian helped shape the person that I am today. From teaching me the spiritual tools to faithfully continue to walk with the Lord, to subconsciously dressing fancier on Fridays due to years of chapel days. Thank you to my husband and my family for their continued support and the key roles that they've played throughout my life. I am so grateful for my time at LCA and for the recognition today. Thank you.
Joseph Lawyer III, class of 2009. Joseph Lawyer III graduated from Life Christian in 2009. As a student, he was a founding member of the LCA Eagle Drumline and Drumline captain for 4 years. He was an all-league basketball player and varsity basketball captain for 3 years. He was also a student worship leader. As an alumnus, Joe is finishing with his 8th year teaching, coached boys varsity and junior varsity basketball for 5 years, and girls basketball for 1 year. He led his drumline to 11 trophies. Joe has been worship team advisor for both middle school and high school for more than 5 years. He has been a band instructor since 2013 and choir instructor since 2017. Joe received Outstanding Faculty Member in 2019 and was awarded Minister of Music for the Puget Sound District. Joe is an all-around amazing Eagle, praising God for his talents and efforts in anything he does. We proudly induct you into the Alumni Hall of Fame.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sorry, I'm used to people talking back to me in church. I just want to start off by saying it's a blessing to be here. I first want to give all praises to God just for being here. I want to say thank you to all of my past teachers at LCA and the administrators for the love that you poured into me in my years as a student at LCA. One thing that I've learned now working at LCA is that it's truly a labor of love and a labor of ministry, and for each person who played a part in my journey, thank you so much. I would like to name just a few people who impact me directly. Suzanne Corrigan for being an amazing shepherd of a principal. Becky Rogers for helping me find my voice. Becky Losey for dragging me through math and pushing me not to take the easy way out. Chris Matlina for helping me to stand firm in my faith. Chris Turbis for helping me find value in the things of the past to better appreciate my future. Justin Murray for being a big brother and a friend, pushing me to stand confident in my calling. Georgina Harris for challenging me to step out of my own way. Mark Lovelady for being the best mentor, friend, and leader, for showing me how to use sports as a platform for ministry. Ross Joseph for believing in me. Bob Gorham for seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself. I didn't want to lead. I didn't want to do the drumline after our first year. But he didn't let me stop. He showed me that I had a gift for teaching and a way of connecting with others through music. Thank you to my sister Miracle for always reminding me of that little boy who had endless faith and encouraging me to remain him. My big sister Rakisha for being the best big sister a little brother could ask for protecting me and remaining the consistent female figure in our household. For my big brother Ryan for helping me to believe that I can accomplish anything that I put my mind to. Missionary Mindy, thank you for coming into my family and simply loving me. To my wife, Chelsea, for being my #1 fan and support. To my dad for teaching me how to be a man of God, a father, and a hero. It's truly a blessing. My deepest desire is I just want to please Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's it.
So I can't lie to you. I had a hard time taking this in when I first received the letter, because I believe all of us on tonight, we don't do this for the recognition or anything like that. But it is a blessing and an honor to be here. And my deepest desire is just to encourage others to stand for Christ.
Yes.
And be encouraged. I'm a little happy tonight because I see some of my old worship team teammates from high school, Gracie, Garrett, Jesse, my sister Miracle. It's cool to see everyone in the house, so God bless you all. Thank you.
The athletics category is based on achievements in their athletic endeavors at LCA and beyond. Athletes' accomplishments at LCA and in the collegiate or professional endeavors are considered. In addition, athletes must have upheld the reputation of a student athlete and fared well in the classroom and in the community. Athletes become eligible for nomination 6 years after graduation from LCA. First athlete out, Gracie McGriff, class of 2006. Gracie McGriff is a beam of light wherever she goes. The dress is a testament to that. She came to Life Christian her sophomore year and made an impact both on the court and on the campus before she graduated in 2006. Her athleticism, discipline, and grace, pun intended, shone through as she played volleyball, basketball, and cheerleading. She was junior class secretary, senior class president, and homecoming queen. She earned varsity letters and all-state accolades in all 3 sports she participated in. Gracie was featured in the Player to Watch article for the Tacoma News Tribune. She was a major contributor on teams that competed in volleyball state tournaments all 3 years, and in the FCA National Cheer Championship in 2006. Gracie was also the editor-in-chief of the yearbook, member of Perfect Harmony, and chamber choir section. She has continued to apply herself in the athletic and music realms as she received a full academic scholarship to attend college at Bethune-Cookman University. It was there that she honored her songwriting and musical production skills. She studied music technology and received her Bachelor of Arts. Gracie furthered her studies and intensified her passion for music by obtaining her graduate degree in entertainment business at Full Sail University and eventually moved to LA to pursue her dreams. Gracie has worked with many celebrities and Grammy Award-winning artists and producers who have recognized her gifts alongside theirs. In her own words, the beautiful thing about trusting and following the Lord in life has been He always takes care of even the smallest details.
Oh yeah.
The things we don't think about, the things that can easily slip our minds. One of the things I am most proud of, even beyond the amazing opportunities that He's already blessed me to experience, is the fact that He has granted me the other desires of my heart throughout this entire journey.
Oh yeah.
The artist's life is a hard route. There is no doubt about that. Even in times of uncertainty and struggle, God provided a way for me to reach the means necessary to live abundantly.
Thank you guys so much. I have not prepared any sort of speech, so I'm gonna wing it. And for those of y'all that know me, I can talk, so bear with me. But no, thank you guys so much. I'm literally at a loss of words, which is rare for me, just because this is such a beautiful thing. I think more so just to be in this room right now, to see so many familiar faces, to see so many people who impacted my life in such a way that, 16, 17 years have gone by. As a military brat, long relationships like that are really hard to keep. I came in, like he said, my sophomore year. Life Christian was the end of my schooling career as a military brat. It was probably like my 12th school because we moved just about every year. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grades were all spent at different schools. So it was nice to come here and finally be at a school longer than a year. We literally had to beg the military to let my dad stay 3 years so I could graduate instead of having to move my senior year somewhere else. So this place means so much to me. Just driving back onto campus is so nostalgic and brings back so many beautiful memories. And I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to see you guys. I'm thankful. I'm honored. I'm humbled. And I don't know what to say, but thank you guys. And I love this so much. I want to hug all of you. If I haven't, I will come and hug you. If you haven't been vaccinated, I don't know. But it's all right. But I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you to the Alumni Association. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you to everybody who has been in touch. And I just want to thank my family, my beautiful family, my baby boy who's over there bringing so much joy to the lives of people that have now met him. So I pray that God continues to allow me to leave a legacy of such. And it's just so cool to be here, man. It's really cool to be here. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Kristen Rue, class of 2011. Kristen Rue graduated from Life Christian in 2011. She excelled academically, making the honor roll. Kristen won 3 state individual golf championships, took 2nd place 1 year, and was district champion all 4 years. She contributed immensely to winning the gold team standard or state championship titles all 4 years. Did I say it says gold? That didn't make any sense to me. It's golf. So she did win and for those of you that don't know, golf has an individual champion and a team champion. So all 4 years she won the golf team state championship. Kristen contributed to an undefeated team, never losing a match all 4 years. Kristen has continued to share her athletic gifts by helping coach middle school and high school golf teams. She was also a mentor at Harbor Care Center for underprivileged teens. Kristen went on to play golf in college at Washington State University, winning a tournament her sophomore year and earned Pac-12 All-Academic Honorable Mention her junior and senior year of college. She continued her golf career after graduating college and played professionally on the Symetra and Australia tour. Wow. Away from the course, she has had success in designing an innovative hat and starting her own company, True Rue Athletic Wear. Kristen, we are so happy to induct you into the LCA Alumni Hall of Fame.
Thank you guys. I really do feel honored, but I feel grateful to have gone to such an amazing school. The support here is incredible, and it follows you like long after you graduate. I want to give a special thank you to Coach Gus. He's supported me. He came to my college tournaments, my professional tournaments. He's just been such a support long after graduating from here, and I just think that's what makes this place so special. So thank you guys. I'm really honored.
Somebody's keeping track of people that have been mentioned in the thank yous. Gus is in the lead. The award ceremony for that is next week. Mark Curran, class of 2003. Mark Curran graduated in 2004, which I know that because he's my best friend since I was born. But I just read the note cards, okay? Mark Curran graduated in 2004. At the time, he was one of Life Christian's most decorated and well-rounded athletes, earning LCA's first ever Golden Eagle Award by lettering in varsity sports 11 times and earning a pair of runner-up finishes at the Washington State Olympic Weightlifting Championships in his free time. Mark was an excellent teammate. He was often the first person to welcome any new players or students to the school, and was always the first to introduce himself in any social setting. He was our captain. Mark went out of his way to make sure his teammates felt comfortable and supported. Sometimes if they needed some encouragement in a different way, he provided that as well. He wanted to be known for being tough, and Mark played with a sense of reckless abandon in which he always found ways to make personal sacrifices in order to better his team. Mark's style of play earned him all-state recognition in football and all-league recognition in football and baseball. With numerous team awards in football, basketball, and baseball, he was the football team's MVP, basketball's Mr. Hustle, and baseball's most improved. Rightfully so, in his senior yearbook, Mark was recognized as being the most athletic in his class. Mark, we are happy to induct you into the LCA Hall of Fame.
Thank you all. Thank you, Trevor. It's very kind of you. He's not lying, that's my best friend. Next week I turn 36, and well, I've known Trevor for 35 years. I also want to quickly thank his wife Holly, because me and Trevor don't get to hang out much anymore in person. We do play a good amount of Call of Duty. So his wife Holly, not only lovely, but also very lenient on Trevor's Xbox time. So he has 3 kids out of 0. So I absolutely loved my time at Life Christian High School. I don't think there would have been a better place in the world for me. And I just want to acknowledge and thank a few people. First I want to thank Coach Joseph. It was my first coach here. He taught me a lot of lessons, but I think the thing that was most drilled into my head was he taught me a lot about personal accountability and how your actions don't just affect you. You represent your school, your family, and any poor decisions can reflect poorly on them. You don't want to embarrass anybody important to you. So thank you, Coach. I appreciate you a lot. Mark Lovely is not here, but I'm going to thank him anyway, just because the guy is all time the best role models I think I've ever met in my life. Coach George Bender is not here either, but he was my baseball coach and a very good guy. I really enjoyed playing for George Bender. I'm also lucky enough to where I had all 3 of the teachers here today in my school, or in my class. Or to teach me, sorry. Mr. Ratliff says that in his bio he was good with knuckleheads, and I can confirm that. He's a good dude. There's many times, I think I missed the hitting clinic, but there's lots of times where he would set up tees downstairs for us in his classroom at lunch. He wasn't even one of our coaches, just took the time out for us. Miss Losi, sorry, I can honestly say the only times I ever looked forward to math class was those few years you were in charge. You're a lot of fun, very sweet. Thank you so much. Mr. Foreman is not only an excellent English teacher, but he was my weightlifting coach. And I didn't thank him because he didn't just teach us how to properly and safely lift. He taught us how to act accordingly in a weight room setting. It's a lesson I think a lot of people missed growing up. I don't go lifting much anymore, Mr. Foreman. When I do, I know how to behave. And it wasn't just during school. There was many weekends where he took us around the state to weightlifting tournaments. I remember the one that sticks out most. He took us to a barn in LaConner on a Saturday for a tournament. I still got my medal in my room. My mom has it. So I got second again. The same kid beat me every time. And every time he's a beast. I'm not even offended or ashamed of it. And last but not least, first of all, I have to thank Mr. Don Gustafson also. Don wasn't even like a paid teacher here. He was just this dude that was always here, always helping. And it wasn't just school. He gave us, he owns a flooring company, and there's lots of times where he used to pay us 16-year-old kids, he used to pay us like $20, $25 an hour to pull up carpet. I thought I was rich. And if I called him and needed help or needed a job or something, I guarantee he'd be there for me. So thank you, Don. I appreciate you very much as well. Last but not least, I just want to thank my family. My brothers, my sisters, my nieces, my nephews, but most importantly, I want to thank my father, He was always my biggest fan.
Oh yeah, I was.
If you ask him right now, who's your favorite football player ever? He'll say, Mark Hearn. What about your favorite basketball player, Mark Hearn? It was really annoying when I was like 15, but it's funny now. But he never, ever missed a game. He would drive 3-4 hours to Darrington, Concrete, these places when I was a freshman. I wouldn't even get in the game, which I thought was really weird, but he was always there. Thank you, Dad. And he was never put pressure on me. There's never, if you played bad, he didn't make me feel bad. It's okay to lose, it's not okay to quit.
That's right.
And last but not least, I have to thank my mother, probably the person that I easily love most in this world. I just want to say thanks, Mom, for just being a constant source of love and positivity for not just me, but our whole family. We would be completely lost without you. So I want to finish up by saying I feel very blessed to be here. I feel blessed to be part of my family. I feel blessed to have amazing friends, and I feel blessed to be an Eagle. Thank you so much.
If you didn't remember Mark's dad before, you just heard his voice. And oh, please wonder, because he was in a lawn chair, like, way back. The last category tonight is the contributors category. Contributors are considered based on extraordinary contributions made to the LCA community for the betterment of students, staff, and others involved in the community. Contributors are eligible at any time. Mark and Carol Andrews. The Andrews family are faithful to LCA, to Life Center, and to the South Sound community. Their unwavering support provides many blessings to all the LCA staff. This year specifically, Carol created a sunshine cart to bring not only coffee and treats, but also themed gifts, school supplies, and encouragement to each of our school staff. Mark and Carol have been the consummate LCA supporters, as well as encouragers throughout having 3 students attend and graduate from LCA, Sam, Emmy, and Zach. They've given hundreds of volunteer hours serving in the classroom, serving on programs, and on committees and boards. Mark and Carol have led by consistently giving to the Life Christian I'm an Eagle golf tournament, the annual fund, the Dreams auction, and enhancing programs that benefit LCA students. During Carol's tenure on the school board, she served as board member as well as board president. She has led many initiatives, including the adoption of strategic plans, transition planning for head of school, and the board governance alignment. Mark and Carol, we are ecstatic to welcome you into the LCA Alumni Hall of Fame.
Okay, I have to start with a confession. On the drive here, he actually looked at me and said, "We don't have to talk, do we?" No, not at all. We don't have to get up on stage, do we? Nope.
I don't like to be in front of people. As a contributor, you don't have to be. We're here only because of what you guys do and the kids. There's no other reason. It's not even our money.
That's right. That's it.
It's her time. You can't believe the time this woman puts in for the school. I do want to say only one other thing. I was going to make fun of the guy with the tie, and it turns out he's a weightlifter. So I'm not going to make fun of the guy with the tie. That's great. I'm going to stand aside. This angel of this school is amazing. Thousands of hours for the school.
Well, because of his generosity towards the school and me as well, so that I could give back. And again, like he said, it's not my time, it's not our money. This is all by the grace of God. And when in 1999, my firstborn needed preschool, and being a new mom, checked out every place in Tacoma and outside of Tacoma. And I've told this story over and over again. When I walked onto campus, absolutely a different feel. This was a godly place. This place was filled with loving staff, loving families, loving students. It didn't feel like an institution. It felt like home. And where else would I want my babies to be? And, I don't regret one day on this campus. My daughter does when she got suspended, but other than that, the other two didn't, so I don't agree. Anyway, I want to say I'm actually so grateful for you all, because this is what makes LCA LCA. This is what makes it the best place to be. And if we can encourage others to continue to build this place up, by all means, we'll keep giving. So thank you guys for being here.
Sorry, Hot Mess Express, boop, boop, pulling in. I wrote something out to say, and of course it's like somewhere back there, and anyway, not worth it. So I remember that I wanted to say where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am, and I would say that that's the goal of our alumni. I've been asked a lot what the alumni board does, and frankly, when I was writing my essay to join the alumni board, I had no idea. And I was like, it's like grown-up ASB, and this will be fun. And it kind of is. But now that I'm a parent here, I've got my kids here, I know what my parents sacrificed to have, to make it work for us to be here. And I know what our teachers sacrifice for us, to teach us and love on us, and especially these guys right here are foundational. I'm really bad at math. Lozie helped me through college math, and I had her in 7th grade, her first year teaching, and she moved up to high school with me because she knew I needed so much help. I used to put frisbees in my math finals to try and get some extra credit because I knew I wasn't going to pass in decorator room. And foreman and your journal topics stretched us to think about how we see the world instead of just what we're told. And that was just so freeing in a Christian school, being a safe space. And Mr. Ratliff, your hugs, I still remember, you just love us so much. And you had so much going on when you were teaching, and you didn't let that affect the way that you cared for us or you were teaching us in class. And I still can sing the books of the Bible because of you. I won't do it because my voice is awful. But I guess the moral of the story is alumni is about the teachers that are here that want to bless our kids, about the kids here, and about the parents that are just using every resource we have to stay here and to love on one another. My bestie over there says that kids need role models that look like them, and you are the role models that look like our current students. Yeah. So that's what this is about. That's why we induct you into the Hall of Fame, so that they have somebody to look up to that has walked their shoes. Anyway, sorry guys. But that's what this is about. I'm just really thankful for all of you here, for all of you to take time out of your Saturdays. We're all busy, and I'm just really thankful. All right. I don't know about this prayer, I might pass out. Here we go. Everybody close your eyes. Dear Lord, thank you so much for every person in this room. Thank you for what they've given to LCA, for believing in LCA, and I pray for our future alumni that you will just be with them, guide them, and put the right people in their lives to shape them. We love you, Lord. In your name, amen. All right, so thank you to our sponsors. We have